Today is Tuesday, March the 22nd, and the new wave of R6 share skins have just launched into the store, and as per usual, we're doing a tier list stream, but we're not just doing one tier list today, we're doing two. So we can look at the entire bundle itself, which includes the uniform and the headgear, and then we're doing a separate tier list just for the weapons. That's it. So there's a lot to go through because there's 14 of these. As far as I can tell, it was originally meant to be, I think it was meant to be 15, but because of what some things going on in the world right now, that's the main reason I'm assuming that we've dropped down from 15 to 14 just this one time. I'm trying to do an intro! You people are making this impossible. I'm literally handing this off to an editor to tackle this because I don't want to go through this by myself. And then what ends up coming in for tier 2, for the love of God, I'm doing an intro! YouTube's gonna wonder why the hell there's so much big nut happening right now. With that said, we do this in alphabetical order, which means we begin at the top with Astralis. They've selected Jackal. It's cool that an org like Astralis was able to jump right into tier 1 because it's Astralis. This org has so much lineage behind it. Uniform is cool. Like, there's nothing about this set that I think looks weird. It's engineered by Astralis, the logo incorporation is dope, the color scheme is really dope. Headgear is also kind of in a similar vein. The headgear is not meant to be flashy just because I feel like it's the default one just with a little bit of recoloring, which I think is okay. The uniform overall looks pretty good. By the way, this is where you spam and you tell me where you think this bundle lands. Is this S, A, B, C, D, or F? You tell me what it is. Could have blacked out the visor. I think the visor could have been a nice touch. Uniform, I think, is really the thing that kind of sells the bundle, but however, the weapon skin though. I'm not ashamed to say it, Astralis have concocted the best C7E skin that has ever existed in Rainbow Six. This thing is sexy. I'm mostly like in love with anything that's like monochrome but also incorporates red. What is that meant to be something, by the way? Is that like it kind of reminds me of a transformer, you know what I mean? I think this looks really fantastic. I think the full bundle itself is honestly, it's good, it's solid. Headgear doesn't really have to be anything special, I don't think. I think the uniform looks really good, especially by like standard Astralis design standards. And the weapon skin is fantastic. So to me, Astralis is an easy A tier. Question is, do we also throw it up into S? The gun itself, yeah, this bad boy, that for me is kind of already an S tier weapon. To me, it ticks all the boxes. Worst one there, get out of my chat. I'm kidding. All right, we go from Astralis into BDS, who finally jumped themselves up into tier 1 after only having a couple of weapon skins for the past several waves of R6 share. And they've got a Mozzie. Problem is, they are not the only team who selected a Aruni skin, so they are competing with G2 for the right. So we'll take a look from top to bottom to start with. That's a cool design. I have the full TSM on there right now, or the full TSM set currently, but the purple tint on the glasses, the design on the back of the helmet, the uniform itself is super complimentary. Oh, that's sick. The logo has a different texturing than the shirt itself, and that pattern persists throughout the whole design. That is really cool. Dude, you talk about logo integration, this might be the best logo integration we've seen on a uniform, probably in any R6 share skin thus far. I want that t-shirt as an actual t-shirt design. You know what? I think I do too. I think that looks fantastic. And then the crescendo is the Roni skin. Oh. See, I took screenshots for the weapons tier list, but didn't really take a hard look at it until now. That is very pretty. There are so many good weapon skins for the Roni now, it's gonna be impossible to pick. Their logo is in the grip because when you reload the Roni through the grip, that's where the logo shows up most often. So when you reload it, that's where you'll see the logo most prominently. So it's cool that it's down here. The design from the helmet persists. It almost looks like, it reminds me of the logo of the Guard, the Valorant team, the Guard, like sitting within this robot with all of these different arms tentacling out and just firing lasers at random. That design's really sick. It's got the pink on black, on purple, on blue, on white. So I give whoever came up with the color palette all the credit in the world for coming up with that. Honestly, this might be S tier for both. I'm not even kidding. I think this is this is straight to S tier for both the uniform bundle and the weapon. Obviously, I received this one for free, so the bribe factor is in play, but aside from that, does anybody have any arguments? Fox didn't like it? Well, Fox A can suck my nuts and put them on his chin later. So, Astralis, BDS, the next one in the list, DarkZero, finally also making the jump up into tier 1. Good placement at the 6th Invitational. I think this one is kind of well-deserved. But when I saw the leaks for this, I was pretty worried. Am I the only one that thinks this looks pretty garish? Pink on purple on black seems like a weird clash. It's got like a neon effect to it, which I think is interesting, almost like it's in black light. Honestly, I think I was more worried when I looked at the leaks before. In game, I don't think it looks as bad. The different logo coloration on the back that feeds out to the rest of the uniform with all of these different circuitry elements is interesting. The headgear is just the beret. The little crosshair element on the glasses is cool. Yeah, no, I think I actually like this a little bit better seeing it in-game than I did from just looking at screenshots before. I think I like it because it feels like, you know when you go into like a laser tag arena and they dim the lights and the vests that you've got have these like really glowy elements, or for some reason if you wear a shirt that reflects off of the black light in that room a little bit better. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Oh, I didn't see the glove design actually. That is actually pretty cool. That's the uniform and the headgear. They're M762. I like it. Again, I tried my best not to give this a hard look when I was just taking screenshots before, so this is like my actual first reaction. I think I like it. Cityscape in the background, it does have a bit of a cyberpunk or like almost Tokyo angle to it maybe. I don't really know like where I want to put this. I do agree it feels like there's a lot going on. I don't know. I think it's dope. I don't know if I would put it into a category higher than like B, maybe. For me, I think B or C is honestly pretty fair. I think it might come down to like the art style overall. I think B's good. In terms of the whole bundle though, that's a little different. I also feel like it's kind of B or C. I'm kind of leaning towards C. This one's difficult. There's nothing really about this that's interesting enough to bump it into a different tier. I don't think it looks bad. I just think C is meant to be an average look anyway. B is slightly above average. A is still pretty exemplary, and S tier is, oh my god, this thing is fantastic. That's kind of what we're rating this on. I'll put it in C tier for now, and then we can move on. From DarkZero, we move FaZe Clan pulled an ace. Can we all agree that this is stupid, and anyone who makes a skin for Ace that looks like this, that doesn't cover his mouth, just doesn't know how to design a skin? I don't know why you would design a headgear that looks like this. Like, this is cool. It's got a FaZe Clan logo with some texturing on it. Sweet. Why? This looks like a really weird Balenciaga item I would never buy. I would never buy this. Ace's normal headgear is like a helmet with a headlamp. This is just like a ski mask that someone cut the bottom off of. Okay, uniform is dope though, which honestly, this uniform works way better with this battle pass headgear where he just doesn't have anything except sunglasses. This looks cool. It does remind me a little bit of a zebra just with the black and white patterns, but there's enough red throughout to kind of make me forget about that. Nice logo incorporation. You put one on the bag and then hashtag FaZe up down here on the thigh. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but if we look at it on this angle, yeah, it's all right. It's pretty flashy. And then the weapon skin itself follows the same theme and doesn't deviate from it. Same textured logo and hashtag typeface that we saw from earlier. FaZe Clan logo over here, if you can see it. I can't say I dislike it. Again, I think it's honestly pretty average. It's a solid skin. Again, there's not been a skin so far through this tier that I've really disliked, so to speak. But FaZe does have a tendency to not have very complicated designs either. So this is kind of in line with what FaZe has delivered before. Looks better on the gun than on the costume. Fair. It's just not, it's not an exemplary skin. It's all right. You know what this reminds me of? This looks like a onesie. If FaZe Clan made a onesie that looked like this, I would probably buy it, just because. But then they also put the onesie on their gun with some stickers, which doesn't look all that interesting to me. FaZe Clan Ace bundle. I think I'll put the bundle probably, I don't know, B or C tier. Probably C. The gun skin itself, I think, is also a pretty healthy C. I think it's a C overall. All right, Fnatic, next up. I've seen people touting this on Twitter as being probably the best bundle of the whole bunch. Again, that is subjective. However, if only from this preview. I'm already excited. Fnatic, who just claimed a new Japanese lineup with Mag. What do we got? I'm a sucker for black and orange already. So the harness has got it all laced up. She's got an armband. Harness bit continues throughout. Oh, I didn't even see this face. Wait, it's a smiley face with Fnatic logos for the eyes. All right, I see you. I see you, that's cool. Headgear, the makeup design is really cool. Love the mask bit and the teeth incorporated. Fnatic logo right on the nose. Hood design is cool. I think this is just an in-game texturing thing. I think the texture itself isn't actually that pixelated, so I will forgive it that because it's really big and bold and looks super dope. Oh yeah, and they gave her orange contact lenses too. Thoroughly impressed with those two so far. The Type 89 skin itself, that gives me like race car vibes, which is a good thing. That's actually a really good thing. Whoever came up with this design, by the way, the Fnatic smiley face with the logo replacing the eyes, keep that because that's really cool. I don't mind the orange at all. I think it reminds me of like racing stripes, and then for some reason the text in this font, italicized, gives it some kind of retro edge that I think is really cool. I really like it. I think it's clean as shit. This might be, I honestly think it's an S tier bundle. And I'm not just saying this because Dizzle is in here, and Dizzle also has not bribed me with a skin, but I would appreciate it. Overall, it's S tier. I think the gun skin is a solid A. Again, I'm looking for something that kind of takes it up another level to really bump it into S tier. If you had a hand in the design, Diz, whoever else ended up chipping in on this idea, hats off to y'all, because I think you did a really, really good job with this overall. Okay, there's obviously a lot more of these to go through. I don't want the stream to be too bloody long. G2 slapped stuff onto Aruni, and also, by the way, had the single best skin release trailer of anybody in Rainbow Six. Their trailer was aces. G2 blew up a car for theirs, and also created their skin and put it on an actress in that trailer. It looked fantastic. So let's give this a look-see, shall we? Headgear down. Ooh, they gave her hair a red to black fade with a red flower. I like that. That's simple, dude. That's simple as all get out. This did not need to be any more complicated than this. This already looks really good. Oh, was Kenny S's girlfriend? Oh, what's her name? I'm forgetting what her name is. Oh, it's Dell. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know exactly who you were referring to. So I appreciate that there were people who just knew who that was offhand. Uniform. This, oh, dude. This is really cool. Okay, somebody earlier was mentioning, hey, prioritize the gloves more. I am, because both her cybernetic and her real hand glove with the floral spray paint, black, white, and red is a really cool look. Obviously, yeah, I do have a NaVi skin equipped for her right now. G2 logo across the whole bag for where she keeps the laser gates is dope. A little bit grungy, but I don't mind it. It's almost like it's got a little bit of battle scarring to it, which just gives it additional character. I think that looks really dope. This one's really cool. And then, okay, so remember, there is a competition going on between the BDS and the G2 Roni because they both came out with this wave. So here's G2's attempt at the Roni. Similar thing that they've got going on with the floral design. G2 Army is a hashtag just kind of scratched in there. Logo incorporation looks good because it feels like they really fleshed out more of the samurai mask look and let it kind of expand into the gun a little bit more. So for Aruni and the G2 bundle, I'll slap it up there, I think, in A tier, right next to Astralis. It's honestly probably better than Astralis, I think. I would put it above that. And then the weapon skin itself, I think I'd put it next to Fnatic. I don't know if I put it in front or above. Again, it doesn't really matter because they're both in the same tier anyway, so who cares? But this next one is the one I don't really know if a lot of people saw coming. MIBR slapped Lesion with a skin bundle, which is honestly fair. A team that managed to get to the top 4 of the past 2 6 invitationals and kind of has gone like super overlooked. Good to see that they actually have a full bundle going for them this time around. MIBR skin. I think the uniform, I am a fan of like super bright colors, especially since like green doesn't really have much of a place, I think, in Rainbow Six up until now. So I like that they've got almost like full neon, like yellow, and I mean, what, like Brazilian flag vibes, more or less, right? Made in Brazil, logo incorporation down here is interesting. The green is the entirety of the harness. Made in Brazil is all one word. Okay, sure. The headgear also kind of works with it, where his shirt is all white, his helmet remains black with the same highlights going around it. It's a fine touch, I guess. I think having a green color like this against a harsh black or a harsh white just makes it stand out even more, especially if it's like the primary color that's being used throughout. Even with a super powerful color going throughout the whites and the blacks, I don't think it's that exemplary or anything. And then we get to the T5 skin, which is, wow, that is bare bone. That is very minimalist. Somos MIBR? Anyone understand Portuguese that can give me a halfway decent translation of what that is? We are MIBR, thank you. Established 2003. See, this is what I was talking about. I knew that there were some that weren't mirrored. There's almost nothing here. Sure, clean, doesn't have scratches. Texturing is okay, but like the only thing they've really got going is this green to yellow fade, green to orange fade over the top, and then like nothing else. The rest of it's just white black. I don't think this looks lazy. I think this was a clear design choice. I think it was meant to look like this. I just don't feel compelled to buy this. So on the tier list, I think I'll give the bundle's kind of a C, which if MIBR is a C, it makes me want to bump the Zof and FaZe up to a B. I don't think it's a total flop, but I think the weapon skin is a D. I don't think anything's been poor enough to really warrant an F rating. All right, move from MIBR into Natus Vincer. Now, this was not the design that I was hoping would release for this skin. There was a way cooler one that had like design docs out the wazoo that I was really hoping was going to get used, but it didn't for reasons I still don't quite understand. However, let's give this one an objective look. This feels like a weird seasonal skin. And the logo again is just kind of there. I mean, this skull and caution tape idea is interesting, but somehow remember this is probably still NaVi's best design thus far. I don't get this texture. This looks like something you'd see in your old high school bathrooms, like floor tiles. This doesn't look like something I would want to put on my head. This is pretty mid. Kudos to them for going for a different model for the headgear, like the new one that's come out with a couple of bundles recently, as opposed to just like Mute's normal default stuff. But like this is, yeah, I'm not really into the uniform. And then they had an SMG 11. Keeps with the black and yellow theme and the Mute themes throughout too, because like the sh and the whole take on Mute's logo with the skull and the caution tape. Something interesting about this, NaVi's logo is not here at all. There is zero Natus Vincer logo on this or something to denote that it belongs to them, other than people who know that their color scheme is black and yellow. It's different, like it's slightly graffiti-esque, but no, I mean, not even graffiti-esque, it's just stickers. NaVi mid to disappointing across the board, not like NaVi's like D tier. Honestly, weapon skin might even be F tier. There's just nothing there. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, F tier skin, D tier bundle. But like they've never had good bundles or like uniforms before. Remember back when they had their Zof skin come out and it looked like her containment suit, which was just the same as her Outbreak skins that came out during the Chimera event? That's what, like this is better than that, don't get me wrong, but not by a lot. All right, who's next? NIP, the former world champions. I don't think we've seen a Kaid bundle. Okay, headgear first. Okay, I like the fact that they went with something different. A hood design as opposed to Kaid's normal cap, which is dope. Though, am I the only person that kind of sees this and the texturing on it and kind of sees this as a trash bag? Not to say the skin is bad. I think it looks cool, but why am I thinking trash bag with this? Anyway, so I think it's nice that they went with a different actual physical headgear, but I like the texture itself is like whatever. This, I'm not gonna lie, who thought it was a good idea to put these two colors together? Like this fits within NaVi's logo color design, sure, but who thought that the teal on this yellow was gonna work? Crossing guard in the UK. Like this looks very garish and clashes in a way that I didn't expect it to. This is meh. The gun skin, is it redeeming enough? I don't think we've ever seen a gun skin for the AUG A3 before from an R6 share program. For some reason, I'm more willing to forgive the weird blue on yellow on the gun than I am on the uniform. Like here, it doesn't bug me. Vamos Ninjas, does that mean Champion 6 Invitational 2021? I'm assuming that's what that means there. Gun looks okay. Obviously, the typeface is here. Their small logo is here, but then they have a bigger one in an outline behind it, and then their logo appears on the back here again in a much bigger look. So they've got it in several different spots, none of which I really mind. I think they're all fine where they're at. And again, the AUG A3 has never had an R6 share skin previously, so I think I would buy this. I don't think I would want to buy the whole bundle, but I would buy this skin. I would buy this skin if they didn't make it so that you have to buy the whole bundle to get the weapon skins, which is just atrocious. Who came up with that idea? I'm gonna throw this in, like, the bundle is real weird. I don't know if I want to put it down as low as D because the NaVi one is a different breed. The gun skin's probably fine in C. I would put that next to the FaZe skin for sure, but the bundle is very weird looking. All right. We'll move on. We got 5 left. Stream's been going for a while, so I know this will be a pain in the ass for MUCHFLIGHT to cut down, and I'm sorry for that. I know you're watching this, but let's keep this train rolling, shall we? Rogue coming in with an updated look for Twitch. They had Tachanka, they had Bandit, both with their old logo. Now their new logo is finally in the game. You can purchase it right now. This kind of reminds me of like the Twitch has like what, like a Joan of Arc, I think, look for one of her default skins in game that you can buy. I think it's dope that the logo has been incorporated like this. That's pretty interesting on the side. And then like the mask of the Rogue logo is then put on the very front of her mask too in an orange outline. I think is cool. And also I am a sucker for blue and orange at the same time. I know some people don't like it, but as a Broncos fan, I'm legally obligated to say that I like blue and orange together. Oh, I didn't see that before. That shoulder patch. Whoa, what the fuck? That's sick. That shoulder patch is aces, dude. Still cool. Yeah, I'm still all right with the blue, and I guess this looks more tealish than it did from before. If you wanted to do logo integration, do it and have the eyes flame. Yeah, that's the way to go about it for sure. And then the F2 skin. Ooh. This is a way better comic book feel. 2 different druids, one of which is the flaming eyes with the sword that looks like it's spewing lava almost. Is it S? Is it A? Is it B? It's A for sure. Does it get bumped up into S tier though? A for the character, S for the skin. Fair. It has to compete with the BDS Roni, and for me, the Astralis C70 is also up there. I like it's at minimum an A tier skin for me. High A, yeah, I'll pop it high A for sure. And as far as the bundle goes, this could go. We don't have anything in B so far. I think Rogue. Yeah, you know what? Actually, now that I've given more thought to it, I think B is probably a more appropriate place to put it. From Rogue, we head to SSG, who pulled a smoke kit. Whoa. Orange on textured hex black on blue. That's kind of far out there. Interesting. What's the uniform like? Keeping the same thing going. All right. Okay. Like electricity vibes, caution tape, space station logo. That's cool. It's simple. This looks like it's not super flashy. It's trying to be because what green, orange, highlights, yellow in combo with the blue and the purple is interesting. I don't think anyone's really tried that color scheme before, but it's a whole bunch of really interesting different texture designs against a black canvas that doesn't really feel like it meshes to anything. It's kind of okay, but this might make up for it. Oh, okay, this might make up for it. Oh my, that is nice. Might be one of the best, if not the best Mossberg I think we've ever had. Obviously, somebody made this with the intention of having people react to it and being like, that's a fire skin, because in some cases it looks like it's literally on fire. Dude, you don't like the barrel part? The barrel part's probably the best part of this whole thing. The barrel having the same electricity, fire, lava, having the same energy flow through it all the way from the space station logo through to the end, I think is a great touch. For some reason, the energy that is being portrayed through this skin did not carry over into the rest of the bundle. So for me, the bundle is like a C. It's okay. it's just random. All of this stuff is just kind of thrown on here willy-nilly. The Mossberg itself, I think, is an easy B or an easy A. Honestly, for me, it's an A. That's a nice looking, unique design. All right, we got 3 left. Liquid Klept Iana. Now, Liquid skins usually have been pretty good. I think the one that they did, their Sledge one was nice and minimalistic. Their Liquid one was okay. I think, no, what they've needed is they needed a uniform and a headgear buff over some stuff that they've had in the past. So let's look. Headgear is cool, yep. That's just every color of their logo kind of slapped into one design on the headgear. I mean, white on blue with gold trim looks cool anyway. Uniform, more of the same. Constellation / star-ish galaxy background kind of going right behind it, or is that more of a splatter pattern? I don't know why. This gives off like clone trooper vibes from like the Clone Wars era of Star Wars, kind of in a very customizable mercenary-esque almost kind of way with some spacey themes. This is cool. Like blue on white has always looked really cool. The flower bit on the back. This I think is probably a step up from what we've seen with their Ace and their Sledge before. The ARX skin though. Okay, yeah, no, that feels like this meshes really well with the uniform. This just looks like TeamLiquid.com on a gun skin. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole bunch of standard Liquid branding and nothing about it's really special, because this is the most sticker-esque, just slap a logo on there that we've seen so far from one of these tier 1 skins. Skin's okay, nothing special. I am a sucker for this kind of blue though, especially around the stock. This is cool for me. I give the this is also really solid. I'd throw this in B tier. B, almost A, I feel like. It's good. I like it. It's nothing flashy, but it doesn't need to be flashy. And then I'll definitely give the weapon a solid B from me. I feel like it's clean, but in a clean way that somehow is below Fnatic and G2. All right, hold on. We're finishing with TSM. But we're now getting to the one I personally have been most excited about. And not even necessarily because I'm a massive Team Secret fan, because I'm not necessarily a massive Team Secret fan. But we got skin from Han Josie in the game. It's finally here. After many trials and tribulations of trying to get any of her designs in game, it is finally upon us. The Ashe Team Secret bundle with a G36. That bandana looks fucking massive. That is huge. Design on it is pretty cool though. Like we saw like Hibana have a design across like a face covering from earlier. In this case, Ashe just decided, you know what, I'll have the same thing, but I'll keep my sunglasses on, god damn it. I don't know, it looks like the bandana somehow isn't fully flush with her face. I don't know, it looks interesting. Uniform, wow, that's dope. Almost like Akatsuki looking clouds, right? Maybe not exactly on there, but still pretty similar. Wow, dude, the differences in design. Up the zipper is different from what the pouches look like, is different from what the sleeves look like, is different from what the back pattern looks. Okay, this is kind of similar. It's a, man, really? You had to give her the same design on the sleeve as you did on the ass cheek, man? All like, the scales are really cool. Is it any different going down? Okay, and there is a bit of a different one going down the leg. So there's like 4 different design options throughout. It's not just the same pattern slapped everywhere, it's different everywhere. And then the oh, I love this so much. Oh, this is so cool. We've had stuff on black guns before, but this kind of silver texture on black somehow feels like we've not really had it utilized properly before. It doesn't have secret branding, but it doesn't need it until you look at the Eye of the Dragon and it's the fucking Team Secret logo. Oh, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Look at that. That is such a tasteful incorporation. Holy shit. I love it. I love it. Han, as much as I'm sure you probably have a method of like giving codes out to people, I'm probably going to buy this with my own money because this... Chat, unironic S tier across the board for the whole thing. If I strip my obvious bias towards Han's work aside, if I strip that away, yeah, unironically, S tier for both. Han, I don't ask for this very often. Can someone gift Han a sub? You did a fantastic job. Thank you for your contribution. But Thank you, Cosign. I'm sure there were probably people rushing to gift Han a sub, but still, thank you for that. I would do it myself, but we have one more skin to get to. And some people seem to be very divided on what this skin is like. All right, TSM went with Sledge, which has seen a liquid bundle and a G2 bundle before. Obviously, looking at the weapon skin is something we'll do in a second, but let's just take a look at everything else. First off, I think the mask is sick, and I love what they've done with it. I'm down for the massive crazy monster vibe. The teeth, what kind of looks like a wisp up top. I think this is cool still. The uniform, yeah, no, this almost kind of reminds me of the NaVi one in that it feels like a texture I just don't really know why I would want to throw on a gun skin for some reason. You know what I mean? Logo incorporation is fine. Nothing about this is really that interesting until you get to the gloves. Look at the one down here. It's got like something going on with a different monster hand attaching it to the glove, right? And it's the same on the other side right here. Like that same monster hand is like appears on it. They're trying to do it because it's intended to mesh a little bit better with what the gun skin looks like. Now, the gun skin on its own, I don't really know if it holds a candle to many of the other ones that already exist. It's not bad. I just feel like you'd probably pull this from like a purple alpha pack or something. But then you're intended to combine it with the gloves. It's meant to all be consumed as one package. Here's the biggest problem I have with this. It's really good from the stock all the way up to the TSM logo, and then there's like nothing over here. It's just, it's full on black void, full stop, doesn't do anything else from the logo onward. That's why I kind of have a problem with it, because it feels like you could have, it feels unfinished. Even if this isn't something that you're like allowed to texture or something, like if you have to leave this alone, it feels like it should have gone through the whole thing. And because you're going to end up seeing the gun from like this point forward, you're not going to see most of the art back here. You're going to see this part of the gun all the time. I don't think it's an F tier gun. I absolutely do not think. If we're talking about what other things are also in F tier, it's the NaVi SMG11. The gun skin to me feels pretty solidly fine in B. It's just not special. It's not really unique. And it feels like it fits in with like the same reason why the DarkZero AR for Zof is also in here too. For the full bundle though, I don't really know if I like the texture, so to speak, on like the rest of it. It's okay. It's just like whatever. Feels kind of like a C bundle to me, which is, it is weird that like we have so much stuff like in C and there's like nothing in F, but I don't know. I think this is kind of it. Yeah, I guess that's the tier list. I appreciate it. Thank you for everyone for stopping in for the tier list. You guys have fun. Have a good rest of your day. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Take care.